I've spent the first part of my early morning enjoying the brilliance of Maggie O'Farrell through her lovely novel Hamnet, and it's set aglow the warm places in my chest. And it's from here that I want to send you my love and well wishes as we crawl or jog or leap into new beginnings. I'm doing a little bit of all three, I suppose. You won't hear from me about how terrible it is out there right now. There's enough of that going around. Sure, things could be better, but I have little time for anxiety and fear. Certainly none for hatred. There's too much good to chase, to be done, to be created in what little time we have. It's a wonderful time to be a creator, perhaps the best in history, truly. Just as it is to be a fan, a supporter, a curator of creative output. The juices are flowing, absolutely flowing, amigos. If you close your eyes and let go of your worries and all the noise and listen and feel, really feel, you might sense that river of creativity and beauty rushing through you. I certainly do right in this moment. I feel so blessed to live in a world where Yo-Yo Ma and Bela Fleck and The Cure and Pat Metheny can exist with my new favorite band, Geese. Their album, Getting Killed, it might not be for everyone. My wife and certainly an army of others can't stand them, or Pat Metheny for that matter. But Getting Killed has devoured me this year. Absolute stunning perfection. Cameron Winters is creating from the core of the divine. And I'm so flipping excited. There are people on Substack with magic ears and a desperate love of music, like Jackie Devaney and Mark Myers and Stephen Coons, who lead me to new oral frontiers. They set the stage for my own creativity as I write best when good music plays loudly through my headphones. And I mean very loudly. It would kind of blow your mind to hear how loud my music plays. And even with words while I'm writing, while I'm sprinting, it just helps put me into flow. I'm so fortunate to inhabit a world where I can choose to read Maggie O'Farrell or Tamara, who was the discovery of the year in so many ways. I talk about someone who just speaks directly to my spirit. I am constantly in awe of her ability. Or Anthony Horowitz, or Kevin Kermis, my friend. I love that I can wake and choose between all of these people to read. Or Chris Whitaker. I don't even know what to say about Chris, his ability. Jess Walters, Wally Lamb. Wally Lamb's latest was absolutely riveting and tore my heart out. And I'm just floored by his ability. V. Schwab, of course. Claire North, the unsung master. And the coolest cat of all cool cats, Emily St. John Mandel, who inspires me all the time with her writing. Perhaps most of all, Frank Conroy's Body and Soul came into my life this year by way of a former high school teacher at St. Andrews Sewanee called Tom Gladstone, who stoked my love for music and the written word when I was still trying to find my way as a lost 17-year-old who'd been booted out of another school for leaning a hair too far into Viva la Resistance. Maybe I'll tell you that story of over a glass of Gamay one day. You'll have to come to Maine to find me. Though it was published long ago, Body and Soul will always stand at the top of the art I discovered in 2025 and perhaps ever in my entire life. I knew it from the first few pages, the first few chapters, and all I hoped was that he held on until the end, and he did. And when I closed the book, I just thought, this is it. This is what I've been seeking all my life as a reader and as a writer. Every sentence absolutely dazzled. Another book that hit me hard was Dr. James Doty's Mind Magic. It's a tragedy that we lost him this year, but his message lives on, certainly in me. I'll share with you one of my favorite lines from his book, the lesson that took him 60 plus years to learn. Only when we believe we are enough in ourselves do we find the ability to contribute to life. But only in contributing to our world do we discover we are inherently enough. Read that one a few times to yourself. How is it even possible that humans can create epic movies like One Battle After Another and Jay Kelly, especially in a time when it's hard to get movies made? Don't even get me started on Task from HBO. That show shattered me, tore me apart, And I'm only now just sleeping again. I'm telling you, I was watching it late into the night, well past my bedtime, and I would scramble up the stairs in the dark, terrified, like looking over my back, because it just felt so darn, just absolutely real. But I'm still caught up in its spell because it was such a mind-bending feat of storytelling. Find me a television series that does a better job at building out each character and creating empathy and sympathy. I don't know many. And I can't avoid mentioning Taylor Sheridan, too. There's a couple of episodes left in the second season of Landman, and it's absolutely marvelous. And he's showing a far more sensitive, gentle side than I'm used to. And it's still wonderful, and Billy Bob Thornton absolutely shines. And you just can't hate the guy. Even if you wanted to, you couldn't. He's just a master. It's so fun to watch him. I love that we live in a time where Taylor can keep making whatever the hell he wants to, and that's so much of why it's so good. He's just creating what he wants to watch himself. And let's not forget the production company A24, who has the Midas touch when it comes to the camera. If you don't know who they are, spend some time looking into them. And if you haven't seen Past Lives yet, what are you still doing here? I'll happily consume whatever A24 puts on the screen, period. In fact, I'm going to watch The Materialists later, and I don't know anything about it other than who's behind it. And Stranger Things. We live in a time of Stranger Things. What a sensational show. I adore it. I love binging it with my family. We're all caught up, and there's only three episodes left. And just give me more. My heaven would be hanging with my family watching it just as we go into 100 more seasons. It's just so good. I am beyond grateful that I'm allowed to partake in this creative energy that exists right now. How is it that little old Boo Walker from Spartanburg, South Carolina, can be living this life, writing stories for a living? A novelist, that my wildest dream come true. Being supported by a wonderful agent and publisher who believe in him, a readership who will go almost anywhere with him, and friends and family who embrace even the worst parts of him, while taking it all in with the woman of his dreams, Michaela Walker, and a child that fills every corner of every cell of his existence with hope and joy and love. My 12-year-old son, Riggs Walker, who just wrapped up a series of performances with the Portland Symphony Orchestra here in Maine at the Merrill Auditorium, the grandest place to perform in Maine. He's 12 and doing this with none other than Julia Gagnon. I just talk about a kid who is so plugged in and has so many gifts and is an absolute blessing. And I can't imagine what he's going to do out there when he gets older. It's going to be dangerous. And I'm thankful to you for reading my words, partaking in all this lovely energy too. And I hope with all of me that you're finding the light in the darkness, the glittery specks of all that flash when we're open to seeing them. If you're not already there, I hope you're on your way to finding exactly what it is you're supposed to be doing here on this big, bright, beautiful blue ball. I'm getting closer. I'm shedding more and more of my ego. I'm creating art that is unfiltered, that's soul deep, that is exactly and only and truly me. While at the same time, I'm determined to make all of it, my writing, my living, less about me. Hoping that I might simply serve as a human and as a creative vessel, a mere literary garden hose pointed toward my screen. Perhaps a literary garden hose with a bit of boo bling, a bit of boo color. And my desire as we step forward into the unknown of a new year is that I may shine my light brighter, that I may open my heart wider, that I might create something new that makes a difference to someone out there, even if it's just one of you, even if that's simply to give you or a group of you a brief respite from what hurts. So peace and love and gratitude to you guys.